Welcome to a casted game of Age of Empires 4. Spawning in on the left-hand side of the map in the color orange, it is 3DB playing as the French. On the other side of the map in the color teal, playing as the English, it's Let's Go Chimps, who is BeastyQT. What a matchup we have here. The classic French versus English and the classic B versus Beastie. We're on the map Prairie here, a relatively new map. I don't think we've seen English versus French on this map before, or at least here on the channel. So this is going to be an interesting one to see. I mean, this is an interesting pick for the English. I mean, English love to just turtle. The current meta with the English at the moment, this being one of the best civilizations in the game at the time being, they can just sit in their base and do what they want, and they can get away with it. But this map makes it very tricky for them to do so. As we can see, the wood, very, very limited, very hard to wall on this map. And that's what's so great about the pick French on this map, is that they've got the mobility with the French knights to be able to get out on the map, do lots of harassment. So I like the pick here for B, but we're gonna have to see what Beastie can do with this civilization, because this civilization is definitely the best civilization in the game at the moment. It's just so good. They just have to wait it out till late game, and then they're pretty much guaranteed the win. But we're gonna have to see if B looks to punish him for picking the English on this map. You can see on this map as well, you do get the large gold mine and large stone deposit in your base instead of the regular small ones, which is nice for the English, as that means they can sit in their base even longer. Gold mines is quite far away, so you do need to be careful. You can't lose this gold mine early on, otherwise you are in a lot of trouble. Now I'd expect B to be opening up with lots of royal knights. Going for the mill now as well. Probably going to be for that wheelbarrow. Let's take a quick look. Yeah, there it is. Early wheelbarrow coming in. Not a build that we've been seeing a lot recently. A lot of the time we do see lots of players skip this and grab this in transition. So I like that B's come back to this. But Beastie going to be edging up now with the council hall. B not going to be too far behind. But while we're at a little bit of a low point in this game, I'd just like to do a little bit of an advertisement for the Discord server down below. You can join. Lots of people in there. My tournament coming up, the Nomadic Clash, has brought lots of people to the Discord server. So do join. Come and chat with me or anyone else that's lingering about in there. Be really appreciated. We can see B here picking up so many sheep. Wow. I mean, Prairie does have a lot of food, but I mean, this is really, really nice for B. We take a look over here for Beastie. Not got as many, and that's the consequence of only going for the 1 scout versus the 2. But School of Cavalry going to be dropped down now for B. 5 villagers on that landmark. And Beastie going to be aging up soon. We see a outpost already going up on this gold mine. Very, very important that this gold mine is nice and secured up for Beastie. Wouldn't be surprised to see a tower going up on this stone outcropping either. I would expect Beastie to be going for multiple town centers here. That is the current meta with the English, especially up against the French as well. They're going to be slowly gathering their villager lead with the faster town centers. So always dropping down a second and even a third with the English can always be nice. And then they've got the age up as well. The King's Palace acts as a town center. Farm's going to be dropped down for Beastie already. No surprise there. Very, very common build here with the English. Usually a 4th farm will be dropped down as well in a minute. And there it is. The council hall is going to be constructed any second now. Still 2 villagers constructing that landmark there. And now we're going to be seeing Beastie here make any early longbow, because the landmark's only now going to be coming up for B. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a couple longbow. I mean, a barracks is definitely going to be the call here for Beastie. Up against French, you always want to have a barracks here. Producing a couple spearmen. And there we go. We do have a couple longbow under construction. No archery range dropped down quite yet for B, despite having enough wood to do so. There it is. It is going to be dropped down now. We see a Royal Knight there in the queue. Still lots of sheep being brought back here for B. So many sheep. He's not going to have to expand out at all this game, really. Well, he is eventually, of course, but it's going to take him quite a while to do so, which is really nice from him. We can see grabbing horticulture in now as well. Grabbing his eco upgrades, which we can see Beastie yet to do any upgrades. Doesn't even have wheelbarrow in. Yeah. And to me, it looks like Beastie wants to be going for a little bit of a fast castle here. Have a look at that macro right there. But also going to be moving out now onto the stone. Beastie got his scout forward here. We take a look at his perspective. We can see he knows exactly when a Royal Knight's going to be coming out. We see the first one over here is going to be spotted out by that outpost. Be looking right now. He's looking for that stone outcropping. And it looks like Beastie just wants to gather a little bit of stock. Is he going to be... Oh, okay. So, interesting to see there. Okay, so it's actually just 50 stone right there for arrow slits. Makes a lot of sense. I like that move. And we can see here, such smart moves here by Beastie. Have a look at this. So, he's actually used the palings ability here to go for the little stakes. Which means Royal Knights can't actually charge in here. And it's going to... They can still walk around the back here, but we see another one's been placed. There's 3 here. Such smart moves out of Beastie right now. But archers making their way onto the field as well for B. Beastie moving forward with the longbow. Palings do not stay there. Looking to try and pick off that archer. It looks like Beastie wanting to still gather from that straggler tree. We can see the consequence here of English on this map. It's very, very hard to keep in control of your wood line. Like, this is going to be under lots of pressure soon by B, and we can just see... I mean, half of that wood line's already been used up. Where's Beastie going to be able to move out onto next? It's going to have to be all the way over here. It's going to be very tricky for him to do so, but stable going to be dropped down for him now. Age up, not too far away. We see only a couple hundred food away. 100 food away now. And I assume it's got to be the King's Palace, right? In this day and age, we hardly see the White Tower. Sometimes we do see it, though, when players look to go for triple TC into White Tower. This is something that I've been seeing Divine do quite often. But not going to be the case this time. It's going to be the King's Palace. It looks like B just wants to stick it out on the one town center here. Dropping down a blacksmith now. Double archery range is up. Lots of knights and archers still being produced. Beastie's going to be up to that castle age soon. King's Palace placed directly next to the town center. Going to make it very tricky for B to push underneath Beastie's base. But at the same time, it's going to be very tricky for Beastie to expand outside of his base. Villager's going to be hopping inside of that tower right there. Arrow slits is in. Going to be dealing quite a bit of damage there. But nothing too substantial. No chivalry in yet. These knights not going to be healing up. Wouldn't be surprised to see that coming in soon. Because we do have 4 knights there injured. Archers just looking to prod as much as they can. But more and more knights are on the way. And it looks like B, for the time being, has stopped production on the archers and moved a little bit more of his villagers over to the food. So it looks like he wants to be following Beastie up here with an age up. There we go. Beastie is up. Immediately queuing up those knights. Makes a lot of sense here. You're going up against age 2 knights and archers. As long as you've got a big enough mass, you are going to be able to deal with this with just purely knights. We see only a scout there on the wood line. It looks like B wanting to try and burn down that tower. Is that a smart move, though? Underneath the town center fire as well. So much damage being put onto these knights right here. First knight goes down. A scout, and now the first knights for Beastie come out. Can probably get the charge off to as much damage as you can. Moves villagers out. Beastie, what are you doing, my friend? Oh, loses 2 villagers there. I feel like that might have been a bit of a misclick. Losing 2 villagers there for no real reason. Definitely not a move you want to be doing right there. But B still posturing. 5 royal knights remaining. And it looks like B Still committing to H2 here. Looked like he was going to go for a bit of a castle age. Still very heavy on the gold here, but it looks like it's just for more and more Royal Knights. We see double barracks being dropped down now as well. Spearmen coming in. Still in the age 1 phase. Hardened upgrade now coming in. These knights are going to be enough to deal with a couple of those Dark Age spearmen. It's going to be a tricky fight here for B. Only 2 of these Dark Age spearmen up against 3 knights. Enough of a mass though for B. He's going to be all right. The main thing that these spearmen for B provide is the brace. The brace is really the key importance right there. But more and more spearmen are still on the way. More and more knights. It looks like archers have just been completely stopped for the time being. And it makes sense. You don't really need any sort of archer mass for the time being. Only a couple longbow are out by Beastie. Monastery being dropped down for Beastie as well, looking to try and pick up a few relics on the map. And B still massing up. Beastie starting to gain a bit of a lead onto B. 1 villager ahead for the time being. 5 spearmen in here as well. It's gonna get trickier and trickier for Beastie to deal with this with just knights. Especially with this many knights still out from B. Royal Knights at that. Bitted leatherwork coming in from B as well. As well as specialized pick. Beastie. Not got any blacksmith upgrades yet. So nice little lead there for B when it comes to his blacksmith upgrades. But unfortunately, doesn't mean that much when you're up against veterancy upgraded knights. Or just regular knights. As English do not have the H2 variant. But Monastery starting to produce those monks. This might be a nice lead for Beastie if he manages to secure up a lot of the relics. And now B looking to push in. Villager's going to be moving away. Hop inside of the tower. Tower needs to be focusing down the spearmen. Spearmen needs to be focused down heavily here. Lots of villagers going to be idled here in the town center. We see there, lots of spearmen are focused down right there. It's exactly what Beastie needs. He needs to make sure those spearmen are gone. And that will give him plenty of opportunities with his knights. Still no chivalry in for Beastie. Or for B, sorry. We see there, only 200 gold or 100 wood. Little raid here, unfortunately not doing too much damage. But look how many injured knights B has. Right now, chivalry would be such a huge upgrade. But Beastie might be losing a few villagers here. Loses a couple there. Nice engagement right there for B. Does lose a knight and a couple spears as well, though. Maybe not the best fight for him. If he had chivalry in, he could have... That may not have been a dead knight right there. But it looks like it's still the continuation, the continuous mass of knights for Beastie. And also adding in some longbow now. Training from both the council hall and an archery range here. The first relic's going to be picked up now. Be out here on the berries. That is some very far out food gathering right there. I wonder if Beastie saw that. Because it looked like he was moving over here. But B going to be edging up now as well. 16 villagers on the Royal Institute right there. Got lots of villagers out here on the gold. Might want to move a few more out there. He needs to grab the upgrades as soon as he can. Because the mass is really starting to grow for Beastie. I mean, we're up to 10 archers. Or 9 archers, sorry. And a few crossbowmen out now as well. Monk going to be caught off guard. And Beastie having to move out for the wood. And we can see 4 knights down here. Killing so many villagers. Oh, that's going to be at least 4 villagers dead right there for Beastie. May even be a 5th, but Knight's going to be moving in now. 4 dead villagers right there for Beastie, and we can see Beastie's still 2 villagers ahead, but yeah, when you're on 2 town centers for this long, you want to be further ahead than that. But luckily, we do have B, maybe under a little bit of pressure here by this knight. That spearman, I don't think it's going to be enough to deal with that knight. Chivalry coming in for Beastie. But not for Beastie, for B, sorry. Both of these players have very similar names, so I do apologize if I say the wrong name. But we can see B looking to put lots of pressure on with these knights. Chivalry did come in, and we can see he's healing up those knights now. And that age up did come through. No royal bloodlines yet in the queue, but we see 25 villagers there on the gold vein. Beastie's still chasing down these Royal Knights. Might be able to save this one. If he does, yeah, he's bringing the rest of his knights, so should be able to save this one. But more and more knights. There's still hope. Beastie needs to heal Quick Wall. Unfortunately, not going to be doing that. It's going to be more dead villagers. 3 more dead villagers right there. That is very unfortunate. Loses that knight over here as well. Beastie does have his knights in the vicinity though, so he's going to be able to push this away even more. And B just continuously raiding here. Beastie bringing back his 2nd relic now. Still got these 2 that are quite near his base as well, so should be able to capture those ones up. And quite a large crossbow mass really starting to build now for Beastie, and Beastie going to be moving his army away again. Beastie, you need to protect these villagers. As we can see, B going to be moving in now, and that's going to be even more dead villagers. Just so many raids coming through for B. And we can see he's actually ahead now, despite being only on 1 town center. B looking in a really good position. We can see Beastie has relocated these villagers once again. These wood lines just really nothing too special on this map, and this is a consequence of picking English on Prairie. This just is not the map. This is just not the map for these sort of civs. You can see B's mass of Royal Knights really looking strong here. Royal Bloodlines is in as well. We can see plus 80 health there. Really nice upgrade. And we've got Arbalest coming through now as well. Have a look at that. 5 Arbitrie. But a huge massive knight still for B. You can see big engagement coming through. Beastie's got the mass of longbow. He's going to be able to focus down the Arbalest. But look at this. The Pavis comes through. And look at how much damage they do. 11 longbow focusing down 1 Arbalest. But because of this Pavis, have a look at that plus 5 ranged armor. They just don't take any damage. Unfortunately, they're not going to be firing too much here. Finally going to be shooting now. But that's just bought so much time for B, and B going to be able to focus down all of Beastie's mass here with these knights. That Pavis ability right there. That was crazy. Those longbow did like no damage there whatsoever. And behind this, B's capturing up all of the relics for himself. It looks like Beastie's going to be stuck with just the 2 compared to the 3 for B, despite being in the castle age for so much longer. Unfortunately for B, did lose a lot of his knights here. May not have been the most cost-efficient fight, but both armies pretty much wiped there. But we can see B still 2 villagers ahead. He's a relic ahead as well. And he's got some of these crazy upgrades like Royal Bloodlines. And we can see the remass is already coming through for these Royal Knights. Sacred Sight's going to be captured up behind this as well. Barracks is coming down now for Beastie. This might be a little bit of a switch into a men-at-arm play. But I think it's just going to be for more production of Spearmen. I'll be very surprised if this is for anything but Spearmen, to be honest. As we can see, B's just going so heavy on the Knights right now. Also going heavy on the Arbalest, so going for men-at-arms here really wouldn't be a good call. It's pretty much everything here counters men-at-arms. But Beastie trying to get off a couple raids here, but B's just 1 step ahead. 11 Spearmen just sitting here by this gold mine, going to be able to pick off 1 knight. And the second one might be going down as well if he's not careful. Going to be walking into the wall here. He's going to be escaping though. Beastie going to be capturing up the Sacred Site, or denying that Sacred Site. It looks like B's 1 step ahead again. He's got his army nearby. That's an extra 100 gold. 100 gold per minute right there. Over to B. Spearman continuously chasing down Beastie here. Another Sacred Site does get captured up. That monk is going to be going down. Or does it get saved? Oh, no, it does go down, but the knight goes down with it. So definitely worth it there for B. Getting rid of that knight for a monk is definitely a fight I would want to be taking. And it secures up that Sacred Site as well, so that gold is going to be made back for that loss. And just continuous supply of Arbitrie coming through from B and Royal Knights. Do we see any sort of siege? A B going in with even more raids. Crossbows are here for Beastie though, so are going to be pushed back, but this is some crazy farm positioning here for Beastie. May have wanted it a little bit closer to the base, but not going to be the end of the world. May want to get up a couple walls as well. But the longer and longer this game goes, the better and better it is for the English. When we're in Imperial Age, that's when you can pretty much call GG against the English. I mean, the English are just such good civ. So that's why we see so much pressure coming through from B. He cannot let Beastie get to that stage of the game. Just so that's why it's the continuous raids of knights. Continuous pressure. It looks like B wants to stick it out in age 3 here. We can just see how much unit production is coming through. Lots of stone being mined as well right now for B. 12 villagers on stone right there. More raids coming through. A couple villagers go down. Knights are going to be picked off though. And B still very equal here with Beastie. Only with that one town center as well. More farms being dropped down for Beastie. Up to quite a few farms now. 31 farms over here. So looking very strong when it comes to the food department. Floating a lot of gold at the moment. Both players actually floating a lot of gold at the moment. Look at that. B floating 1,600 gold. What is he planning to do with all this gold? I guess you can spend it on those Royal Knights and Arbalests. They are very gold heavy. You can see there. 100 gold for a Royal Knight. 40 gold for an Arbalest. But that is a lot of gold. And we can see he actually does sell some of it there, I think. Uses the market there. Or buys something with it, it seems. I think it was maybe for some stone. All 3 sacred sites have been captured. And look at this. B just continuously raiding. Beastie is constantly under pressure. We see how many idols there. 21 idle villagers there. Absolutely huge for B right there. And it looks like both players looking to engage here. B's definitely got the mass to be able to hold this one though. Nice little pick off here. Beastie going to be losing quite a bit of his mass, especially the expensive units, the crossbows. No siege from either of these players yet, it seems. No siege workshop from either players. And have a look at how much stone B is saving up. Okay, so it's going to be the first keep is going to be in the base here. Going to be able to reduce the cost of all of this production. Unfortunately, doesn't get that archery range in there. And then I wouldn't be surprised to see a second keep being dropped on the front line. Going for an aggressive keep. I mean, maybe even starting to screw up the sacred sites could be pretty nice. But both of them here are going to be neutralized. So not going to be the case this time for B. But could look to capture them back up. Lots of walls coming down from Beastie now. Really looking to wall up this map. And this is so hard to do on this map. But he's going to try his best to get these up. More knights idling more and more villagers. Crossbows are here to pick off those knights though. Keep gonna be going up soon. Look how many stables have been dropped down. We're up to 5 stables here, including the School of Cavalry. So it looks like B wants to just go absolutely ham on these Royal Knights. It makes a lot of sense if you want to stick it out in age 3 up against the English. Still no siege workshop down from either of these players, which I honestly find really surprising, because a mangonel or 2 here would be absolutely huge. And we can see the Pavis upgrade coming through yet again. Not going to be doing much up against the spearmen, but up against these crossbows is going to be absolutely huge. And B looking pretty good in this fight. He needs to be careful up against his crossbow mass. Pretty convincing here up against the spearmen. The Pavis upgraded, or the Pavis ability from the Arbaletrier, I mean, they're going to be able to trade up really, really well up against the crossbow out of Beastie. This is the reason I'm really surprised to see Beastie not getting a mangonel out, because a mangonel is one of the only ways you can really deal with these Arbaletrier without going mass horsemen, which at this point in the game I think is going to be unlikely from Beastie. But B looking to reposition now. Looking to find as much as he can. Going to be able to pick off a couple knights here for free. Always nice to see. Not a lot else over to the east side of the base, though. Looking to focus down the monastery now. But Beastie's here. He should be able to push this back in time before that monastery goes down. Pavis ability coming through. Immediately moving the Arbalest, though. Means that he can't keep the Pavis. We can see the cooldown there. I really do feel like this ability is so underrated. And look at the massive Royal Knights. The huge, massive Royal Knights. 24 Royal Knights through for B. And look at this. 12 villagers being pulled now. It's going to be the forward keep. How aggressive is he going to go? Is he going to go here? He could look to put it here. Okay, no. So that's still very aggressive, though. But I think he's going to be able to get it up. He can hold his position here. Pavis ability coming through on the first crossbow. And we just see how long it takes these crossbows to kill them. But he needs to try and hold this keep for as long as he can. Villagers are going to be started to be targeted down by these crossbow. Spearman here for Beastie, though. They're going to be able to get off a nice brace. But is it enough? I mean, Beastie is... there's just so many knights here for B. And these have royal bloodlines in. And we can just see they're crushing absolutely everything here. But the massive crossbow is going to be able to push them back for the time being. But it buys B enough time for the keep. And Sacred Site victory going to be approaching once again. And a second keep coming down from B. So many keeps. 3 keeps this game. And you got to remember, all of these knights coming out from B are discounted. Have a look at that. 80 gold, 112 food right there for a Royal Knight. It's a really, really key importance right there. Because that looked like a terrible fight for B earlier on. But it's not as bad as it seems, especially for the time he's bought for the keeps. And this second keep's going to be going up as well. Beastie, quite a bit ahead in villagers now. Going to be 20. Going to be around 20. You can see that keep does go up. Boiling oil already through. Going to be able to get off quite a nice bit of damage. And a keep going to be dropped down for Beastie now as well. And I'm going to be honest, these Sacred Site victories, this Sacred Site victory, you know, is very much viable here. I mean, Beastie's under so much pressure. Is he going to be able to clean all of this up in 9 minutes time and cap a Sacred Site? I think it's going to be tricky, especially if B looks to try and keep up some of these Sacred Sites now as well. He isn't mining any more stone, but a couple of towers could even do the trick. Double Siege Workshop for B. Oh, we're going to be seeing some trebuchets. It's going to be mangonels first. Makes sense up against Beastie's composition here, which consists of mainly crossbow. Be looking for more kills. We see Beastie having to move out onto the eastern side here for this gold mine. He's still got this one in the base, but unfortunately that is directly underneath B's keep. So, yeah, looks like he's struggling a little bit on the gold front. Still got 2,000 gold here. I wants to secure up this one, but unfortunately it's going to be pushed back for the time being. But mass is here for B, or for Beastie. Men-at-Arms also coming through from Beastie, which is interesting to see. Definitely works as a nice tanky unit. Definitely gonna have to still make a lot of the spearmen though. It doesn't seem like Beastie, or it doesn't look like B wants to slow down whatsoever with these knights. You can just see how quickly he's massing these up. It looks like he's going to be able to get off some nice raids here. This could be pretty huge for B right now. Only a few men-at-arms and a few crossbow here. That trebuchet might be caught off guard, and so many villagers down here. This could be huge right now. So many villagers going to be going down. Those men-at-arms aren't going to be enough to stop these knights either. And B going to be able to start to put on some pressure here on the front line as well. Trebuchet looking to target down that keep. 2 trebuchets are out. Third one's going to be popping out this siege workshop as well. And it looks like Beastie has managed to clean up these royal knights. Mainly those crossbows doing the majority of the work there. 7 crossbows. While the men-at-arms just do the tanking. Men-at-arm. Oh, this is going to be a close one for B. He wants to keep the Sacred Site, but the men-at-arm looking to try and cap the Sacred Site. The first keep for B going to be going down. Those 2 trebuchets just doing so much work right there with the network of castles. No network of citadels in quite yet. But the first keep is going to be going down. 2 mangonels out for B. Going to be targeting down that keep, and just so much action going on the map right now. Huge raid coming through from B here onto that stone mine. And we can see B's taking the villager lead. B was just behind a minute ago, but now he's 10 villagers ahead. Lots of his knights are going to be picked off though. And we see B does manage to keep that sacred site alive. 7 minutes left on the clock. 3 mangonels are out. No trebuchets quite yet. No villagers over here. No stone in the bank to repair up this keep. So it looks like Beastie able to recover here. I mean, this is just the power of the English here. How fast trebuchets are able to take out the keep. And how he can just sit in the base here with his farms and just get so much food in the bank. But still, huge hit on the economy for Beastie right there. And we still have the sacred site victories behind this. Springalds coming out now for Beastie. Looking to try and take out these mangonels. But 2 Springalds out for B are going to be able to one-shot this Springald. And it looks like B wants to put pressure underneath this keep. Boiling oil coming in now. But that's not going to be in time. So B is all right to fight under here. And huge mangonel shot coming off onto those crossbows. Unfortunately, no trebuchet here whatsoever for B to be able to deal with this keep. The Arbalest is just able to do so much damage right here. Pavis coming through as well. Gonna be able to negate that damage coming through from the keep. Mangonel needs to target down these crossbows. That could be a huge shot coming through. We see the huge shot coming through. Trebuchet for Beastie. Gonna be targeting down that Mangonel as well. Couple knights here. Might be able to take out 1 trebuchet. Unfortunately, not gonna be the case. Crossbow here targeting that down. The Pavis here has worn off, so B might want to push back. Lots of casualties there for him, and it looks like for the time being, Beastie's managed to hold. He's still got lots of his trebuchets alive. Still got a pretty large military mass consisting of mainly crossbows. But B's still looking in a very decent position. We see how far ahead in villagers he is right now. Plus the sacred sites, plus the relics he's got in the bank, and he's made his farm transition. So B is looking very, very good still. Though the later and later we go into this game, the better and better it's going to look for Beastie. Keep going to be dropped on this sacred site now. B looking to go for the sacred site win. But have a look at this. Crossbow sitting on that sacred site. Villager's going to be pulled. But we're going to need... Yeah, okay. A couple knights going to be brought here as well. Really surprised we don't see any sort of stone wall coming down from B. Be so easy to secure up the sacred site. Knight's going to be moving in here. Going to be able to take out that crossbow. It looks like BC wants to just do a little bit of raiding here with these crossbows. Going to be able to take out a few villagers. And the mass here for Beastie looking very good when it comes to the siege front. No mangonels out for B. Beastie looking to now push out onto the western side of the map, onto this sacred site. Going to be quite tricky with this keep here, but don't forget we do already have 4 trebuchets out. Not going to take too long for that keep to go down. We don't have any tower over here, so we don't have network of castles or citadels. Has Beastie... I think he may have grabbed network of citadels now. Can't actually see where that is. Yeah, so he does have the upgrade in. So these trebuchets are going to be able to fire down on this keep very fast. Though we may need a tower. Oh, we have an outpost right here. Never mind. There it is. So going to be able to take out this keep extremely fast. And not enough stone in the bank for B to be able to repair this up. Sacred site going to be under pressure once again. B finding it really tricky to try and keep hold of this sacred site. We do have 5 minutes left on the clock, or just under. That keep does go down though. B going to be pulling his army. Doesn't have that much of a mass here really. I mean, compared to Beastie's, this could be pretty bad for Beastie. This is 2,000 woods worth of trebuchets right here going to be going down. That is huge for B. That's going to buy him so much time right here. Those royal knights costing B so much right there. More royal knights in the base as well, causing more and more idle time. Sprungle's going to be focused down as well. I should be surviving here though. And we can just see there the arbalests. Despite the Pavis coming through, the crossbow mass is just so huge right here. They're going to be completely wiped up, and B looking Not as good as he once did. Beastie looking in such a strong position right now. Sacred Sight's still up for him though. 4 minutes left on the clock. Royal Knights is gonna be committing suicide right there into the crossbows. Do we have any sort of mass horseman switch coming through from B possibly? Doesn't seem like it. No sort of siege coming through from me either. More and more archery ranges are going to just be dropped down. Is this the right call though? Up against what Beastie's got here, a couple mangonels would be absolutely huge. But we've just got no siege whatsoever. It just seems to be mass arbaletier plus Royal Knight coming through. And that Sacred Site, it's going to be captured. It's going to be denied. With 4 minutes left on the clock, Beastie manages to capture up that Sacred Site. That is huge. B might be looking in a little bit of trouble now. I mean, the later and later we go into this game, Beastie's going to be looking stronger and stronger. This Sacred Site's going to be captured as well, as it seems. Royal Knight's going to be picked off there as well. Lots of arbalests just coming through right now. Villager's going to be idled here. Gold not a huge issue for BBC. He's still got quite a bit over here, but looks to use up the gold on the front line first, which makes a lot of sense. May as well use it while you got it. Man-at-arms going to be thrown away there for B, or for Beastie. Nice sprinkled mass coming through from him as well. So at this point in time, no siege. Oh, we do have siege coming through now. Double mangonel coming through from B at the completely wrong time, with 5 sprinkleds through at the moment for Beastie. It's going to be very tricky to get these mangonels to do damage. I mean, they only need one shot onto this grouped up massive crossbows, and they would have paid themselves off. Man-at-arms going to be picked off here by the Royal Knights as well. Greased Axles coming through. We only need a couple good mangonel shots. And Beastie, he's not paying attention to his springles right now. The mangonels could get off some huge shots right here. Not going to be the case though. Beastie bringing forward the springles, and it looks like Beastie's going to be pushing back with those mangonels for the time being. Now it's going to be wrapping around. We see he's just pushing really far into the base right now. Arbalests on the back line, able to do so much damage. Knights coming in from behind as well. This could be a complete clean with the keep here as well. And constant Arbalest. Look at the Arbalest mass coming through right now. Mangonel shots coming through as well. Huge shots right there onto Beastie. Beastie's army in absolute shambles right now. The massive Royal Knights is absolutely huge. The Arbalest coming through from B are just absolutely insane right now, with the keep on the back line and the massive Royal Knights. Not looking too good for Beastie now. He had his comeback. He was looking so good pushing forwards, but he lost all of his springles, and he didn't take out either of these mangonels, and they completely wiped up the crossbowman mass. B looking in such a good position right now. It's going to be very tricky for Beastie to hold this, I think. Sacred Sight's going to be captured in behind this for B as well. And there it is. GG's going to get called. Beastie taps out against B. What a game. Is this the play versus the new English meta? I think it is. Well, if you did enjoy this game, then please do feel free to leave a like, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.